Seltzer Time.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Seltzer Time podcast. It's your boy Ricky, aka Dick Chuck, aka the man behind the cannon, Seltzer Time official. Here is always my conversation accomplice, the man with the hunch about Worcester, Travis.
What is crackin' fizzle fiends? Welcome back to the Seltzer Time podcast, and as always, we are stoked that you're here. This show, we're talking just Ricky and I because it's our brand new format. So, here we're about to catch up. But first, I wanted to show you that I got some Purgatory Solstice Snap Chilled Coffee. Sliding it in the official Seltzer Time koozie, of course. But this is some tasty stuff. Thank you, Johanna and Joey, for leaving this for me over at New Tradition. I finally had time to run over there today to grab it. And I was like, hey, Joe, I think Purgatory left something here for me. I completely understand if it was drank, but he's like, oh, no, get it out of this fridge. Get it out of this fridge.
Yeah, that fridge is not very big. So I'm sure every inch of space is very, very, very much needed there.
Awesome, man. Well, so it has been a minute since Ricky and I had the pleasure of catching up with y'all.
It has been.
We took a week off. Ricky made a whole bunch of changes. Where do you want to start, my dude? Because you've definitely you've hit some milestones.
Yeah. So my life is drastically different from the last time we recorded a podcast. I guess we'll start with the news that was in the works for a very long time that very few people knew about. Naomi and I got engaged.
So pumped for you guys.
Thanks, man. Yeah. So short end of the story, I bought the ring last August and I've been waiting for April 7th, basically since it was the hardest thing in the entire world not to just give her the ring every single day since then. I didn't even have it with me. I bought it and we put it, or not we, I guess so. So Naomi's sister, her husband, we have a safe here, but not that she ever goes in there, but I didn't want to even have it in the house just in case she found it. So I had them put it in the safe at their house. So I didn't even have it with me, which made it a lot easier, but also so fucking hard. Not every time we talked about it or it came up, I was like, oh yeah, that'd be great. The whole time I'm like, fuck, I have this thing. I wanted so badly to give it to her.
So you've been sitting on it for a better part of a year.
Yeah, since I think I got it
August.
The 2nd or the 3rd or 4th or something. It was that first week of August. So I had it. So I got it when she was back. So she worked from home, obviously, starting the beginning of the pandemic. And then she went back into work, in office for maybe a month and a half and then was sent back home. I just happened to get it during the period that she was, it was right, I think, when we first moved into the house. I don't even know if we were living here. We might have been living at her parents' house. I don't know. So much has happened. I don't know. But Either way, yeah, got the ring back in August and was waiting for the 7th. That was the anniversary.
Okay.
It's the 3-year anniversary of me asking her out. We worked a farmer's market together that we've literally been hanging out ever since that day. So yeah, it was a really special day. I really wanted to do it then. We're not super doing it during the holidays wouldn't have been a thing for us. Holidays are great. They're awesome, but it's not this, we're not super holiday people. So it would have been, it's not really my jam. And Valentine's Day and all those things are great, but it didn't work for us as a couple. This was the thing that definitely I knew I wanted to do it. I knew that it would mean the world to her and all that stuff. And she had no fucking idea.
All right. So how did you do it? Let's hear the story, because I haven't heard the story. I said save it. All right, so just so the listeners know, I have not heard this story. I get a text from Ricky that says, "Hey, do you want to know a secret?" And I'm like, I've never gotten a text like this from Ricky. What the hell happened? And I'm going to be 100% honest with you, man. I thought it was something happening in the city. I thought you knew of something like some like major truth. It was like a Demoga drop or some shit like that. Like, yo, chicken sandwiches are free tomorrow if you go, flap your arms like a chicken. Like, I thought it was going to be something like that. So I'm waiting. And then the picture comes through and I lose it. But then you're like, yo, don't tell anybody. We haven't said, we haven't even got to tell some of our close friends. And I'm like, my lips are sealed. Next day, I'm in a meeting with Brian. Oh my God. Sean Connolly, Brian O'Donnell. I always want to merge their last names because they're too similar in my brain. And they're like, Sean's like, so did you hear about Ricky? And I go, no, what about Ricky? And he goes, oh, he proposed to Naomi. And I went, what? He goes, why, he didn't tell you? And I said, no, I guess not. He's like, it's on social media. I'm like, oh, okay, phew. Yeah, he told me yesterday.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So nobody knew at all. My whole thing was like, I didn't want it to get back to her at all.
So smart. So smart.
Yeah. And I'm not I don't ever get to know secrets. And when I like, it's just not a thing. And I don't hold, like, I'm not.
That's probably why you don't get to be told secrets.
Well, no, it's just like, because I'm not told them, I never have to like hold a secret.
You're on
like, it's
practice.
Not. Yeah, like it's just not a thing that like, I think it's because everybody knows I post everything. So like, I'm the guy you go to when you want shit to get out as fast and as loud as possible. And when you don't, you probably just go to somebody else, and that's fine. I know my role, and
you don't go to the town crier with secrets.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm totally comfortable with it. So, and then like, it's fun knowing secrets and not being able to tell. But there's also, whenever I do find out, there are things you got to hold on to for like a couple days or like a week or whatever. This was my own doing, and I fucking tortured myself. So the only people who knew the ring even existed were her parents and her sister. Obviously, he was at her house. Her sister came with me. And then my parents and my brother. And that was it. So her brother actually, I had talked to him. I don't know if he knew there was a ring or not. I can't remember. But
he knew the intention was there.
Yeah. So he knew that was going to be a thing. But that was it. So I had to like, so I asked her, which was like amazing. We like got avocado, which we
come on. The listeners want to know the details. You're skimming past all the good stuff. So you grab dinner at one of your favorite restaurants. So I picked up avocado
because that was like one of our favorite restaurants. One of the first places we like went out, like our like third or fourth date. And then, so we got avocado takeout, which like avocado is dope. It's always delicious. So I get home and I'm like freaking the fuck out. I walk in the house with all the food and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? I picked up the ring the day before from her sister. So it was like in the house, which made me even more fucking nervous. And then, so I like walk in, I'm like, what's up? And she's like, oh, hey, what's going on? I was like, oh, nothing. Like, so I'm like taking the food out of the bag and I do a Seltzer Time. That way, like nothing's thrown up. I'm just doing everything that I do. Oh, we
casual Seltzer Time.
Yeah, like obviously I'm gonna do a Seltzer Time. We're gonna do a fucking Seltzer Time with everything. So I do that, but the whole time I'm like, I can't even speak because I'm so fucking nervous at like what is about to happen. And then she gets up and she's wearing the Ricky, like the SJC shirt with my face on it, just as pure coincidence. And so now I'm like, are you fucking kidding to me? Like I'm about to propose to this person who's wearing my face on them. This is ridiculous.
This is so Ricky.
It's hilarious because she never I think she got the last one in existence. I just happened to go visit SJC after we first started dating. They're like, hey, like there's one more left. And I was like, can I take that? Like my girlfriend would think this is the funniest thing of all time. And she did. And she wears it like maybe twice a year as like pajamas.
It never leaves the house. Understood.
No, it doesn't. Like, this is why I like can't, I don't even know how to explain what was going through my mind when I walked, like when she ever walked out of the living room and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because like, what am I supposed to do? Be like, can you change for no reason? Like,
I can't look at myself. Go change.
Seriously. So I like go down to the bedroom to change, and like I'm like, okay, it's like pretty hot. It was like a really warm day, but I'm like, I have to put a sweatshirt on because I have to hide this ring box in the sweatshirt because I can't hide it anywhere else. She then like follows me down to the bedroom, and I'm like, no, what the fuck? And she's like, oh, I don't know if she was like getting something or whatever, but we're talking, and the whole time my heart is just like, so I'm like, okay, cool. Finally she leaves, and I was like, I'm just gonna like hit the bathroom real quick and I'll be right out. So she like walks down to the kitchen. I like quickly grab the ring, shove it in my sweatshirt pocket, go into the bathroom, open it, make sure it's, we're good. Not that it would go anywhere, but like, I don't know.
Nope, you gotta check. That
yeah,
shit
my
can grow
mind,
legs. You never know.
You never know. My mind is not straight at all at this moment. So then, yeah, I just kind of walked down. She like started like opening food. My goal is to do it in our, like I did it in our kitchen. I was going to do it in our kitchen anyway, but we were going to do it. I figured like we'll throw food in the air fryer, kind of like, re-crisp up the patata asada. I can't even think of the name. Whatever those dope ass potatoes are from Bocado. Retoast those up. She would turn around. Boom. I'm down there. Rings out. There it is. Hopefully she says yes. All the food's out. And she's like, oh, maybe we'll eat the hot stuff first, like while it's still really hot, and then we'll start to toast up everything else. And I was like, oh, what a great idea. Fuck. This is not how it's supposed to go. So now I'm like awkwardly standing like kind of behind her, but like next to her with a fork. I'm not even touching food. I'm like trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Then I like put the fork down, and that sounded like a fucking bunch of things were breaking, even though I'm sure it was like a normal fork down. But in my mind, I was like, oh my God, she knows.
You just dropped 30 cymbals.
That's what it sounded like in my mind. Then I just kind of knelt down and poked her, and she turned around, and there it is. She said yes.
So that's adorable. So you just you literally just poked her in the side. She turned around. You're like, hey, Naomi, you want to marry me?
Yeah, I don't really remember the exact words I said because I was so fucking nervous, but whatever it was worked.
Hell yeah, bro.
So yeah. And then we didn't eat dinner until like 10:30 that night. So we like went to her parents, went down to my parents' house, and like stopped we saw like all her family that like lives around here and stuff. And then we got home, and that's when I started to text people. Like you, Mike D. I don't even know who else I texted that night. It was wild because even though like I knew I was going to do it, and even after it was done and it had been like a couple hours, we still were like, did that just fucking happen? Like, that was wild.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could totally see how that would feel that way too, because there was no like event around it. It just it happened in your kitchen. Like you knew it was an event, but Naomi, clearly she didn't expect it.
She had no idea. Yeah. And like, even if it wasn't a pandemic and like you could, comfortably go out to something or somewhere, I still think, actually, I know for a fact I still would have done it the exact same way. Cause it's like, I don't know. I don't want to like,
you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like in our house, in our kitchen, like it's a place that like we're in every single day. Yeah, no, I don't know. It was awesome. And then, yeah, I started text a couple of people that night. I think we FaceTimed with a couple of people. I texted you and I was like, don't tell anybody because I haven't told Caitlin yet, because we wanted to like, I needed to FaceTime Caitlin because I knew she would fucking murder me if I didn't. But
Legit.
B, Caitlin, so like, again, nobody knew that this ring existed, to the point where every single time I was with Caitlin, she'd be like, when you're ready to get a ring, I'm coming with you. And I was like, yeah, totally. And for like months, I had to just like continue to agree with that, even though I already fucking owned it.
Was she mad? Was she mad? No. Okay, cool.
No, she was stoked as fuck. Like, because I went with like, so Naomi's mom and her sister came with me, which meant the world to her. Those are like her two best friends. So it was like,
that was smart as hell. So like with Sarah's ring, I got some information, and then I took my business partner because he bought a ring before, and he didn't do shit, truthfully, other than give me some confidence. Like I had the conversation. That isn't to say that he wasn't there to back me up, but like, yeah. I didn't necessarily need him there. But having her mom and her sister, who both know her tastes and know, like, that was classic.
Well, so we like, when we went, it wasn't even like, we're going to go get this ring today. It was, we're at a point where like, I want to do the ring shopping. You know what I mean? Like, we'll start the process of shopping around and seeing, what's out there and what's, if anything makes
in your
sense.
budget and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I knew I had an idea of what she wanted, but I don't fucking know anything about rings. So her sister was like, hey, like, I know this place. If you want to start looking for rings, let me know. And I was like, oh yeah, like that's a great idea. Let's go. Cause I do want to start, getting things in motion. So we went and her mom was like, can I come? And I was like, duh. So her mom's the best.
Her mom is the best. She's hilarious.
She's great.
Cleaning out her dad's basement was hysterical.
That was so much fun. So much fun. So we went to the store, went to this place. And again, like walking in there, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing at all. And they were like, there's no pressure. Like, we're just going to look. And I was like, yeah, no, totally. Like, I had no intentions of fucking buying a ring that day. So we looked at a couple. And then when he showed me the one that I got, I was just like, oh, fuck, that's the one. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that has to be the ring. Like, that's,
do you know the style of cut?
No.
Just curious.
I don't know.
My wife likes princess cut, which is, it's like the big, she liked one big diamond. She didn't want like.
This has a bunch. This has like a bunch. This has like.
Ballin'.
Yeah, right. This has like 7, I think, in the top part. It's like a circle. And then it has, I don't know how many, but it has like smaller ones, kind of like the top of the band that goes down a little bit. I don't know. Whatever that is.
Man. Well, yeah. I'm super proud of you. So proud.
Thanks, man.
She said yes.
She did. She fucking said yes. I obviously, like, I knew she was going to. She just had no idea. It was so funny though. Like, going through that initial process of like, what the fuck just happened was so funny. Like, because I don't even know what I said to ask her. Like, I really can't remember. I was just like a crying mess because I was like, holy shit, this is real life. But
you're so cute.
And then now we're fucking engaged.
Well, super proud for both of you.
Thanks.
But that wasn't the only life change you made.
Yeah. I got a new job.
Because he wasn't happy with only one major life change.
So again, like the engagement thing I knew was going to happen for a long time. The job thing came together relatively quick. It was, a kind of a wild interview process, but I didn't know that it was all going to happen the same week. That was not a plan.
It wasn't even intended, right?
No, not even close. That just kind of happened due to luck and crazy timing in life.
Oh, and just the opportunity came up the way it did.
Yeah. Everything was way too good to pass up, and it just made a lot of sense for everything. So I got a social media coordinator position with a medical supply company. It's pretty exciting.
Your boy got a 9-to-5. He's got a salary. He's gonna start doing like a 401k.
Yeah, I'm a fucking.
He has a wife to plan for now. He has the whole future to plan for.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of big things.
So I need to talk to you about something you did over the past couple of weeks that took my small internet circle by storm. And we all of us watching your personal page were assuming that the countdown was towards something like proposing to Naomi. I want to tell you that I mean this with as much love as possible, but my good friend Matt Rockwell definitely thought you were announcing that you were going to have a child. And that was—
He's not alone in that one. A lot of people thought that's what this was going to be.
I will show you the text message that I said, dear God, I hope not. Not yet. Not yet. Daddy Ricky is not a statement the world is ready for yet.
No, not yet. Yeah, that was another thing on my notes.
But what was more important than all of that?
Okay.
Yeah, take us
for the last 3 years. Literally, this started a week. This started 6 days before I worked that farmer's market with Naomi and asked her out for the first time. A couple weeks into March, I had gone to BT's with our good friend Kelsey Wyko. And on our drive out to Sturbridge, we saw this like little like rundown house shack thing. And Kelsey was like, oh, check out Paul Revere's house over here. And the two of us laughed so hard because it was the stupidest thing to say. We know that's not Paul Revere's house. We know where Paul Revere's house is. Also, he didn't live in fucking Sturbridge. And it wouldn't be like a rundown shack if it was still built. Like it would be like it's a national landmark, like which it is. Like it's a thing. So we then spent our entire she still has the actual photos from this lunch of us we're drinking beer. I think we were just drinking root beer or something, but we were making fun of Paul, mad Paul Revere jokes. Oh, you think Paul Revere brisket, or was Paul Revere more of a pulled pork guy? The dumbest shit for no reason, just to make each other laugh. There's nobody else with us. There's a video, the picture that I posted of Paul Revere is him with that teapot thing. I modeled that, but with a root beer. It was ridiculous. So on the way home, we were talking about how Paul Revere's Midnight Ride should be a national holiday of all this shit.
I didn't know this is why you liked Paul Revere.
Dude,
I've heard portions of this story before, but I missed it. That's incredible.
It's so stupid. It literally is nothing. It was Kelsey and I just fucking around, making each other laugh. The two of us were in tears at BT's over Paul Revere jokes. It made you would think we were hot. We weren't. We're drinking root beer. Seriously.
High on sugar, but nothing else.
Serious, yeah, barbecue sauce and root beer just leading the way. So we get home. I worked the dive that night, and I remember looking up Paul Revere songs, and there's this band Paul Revere and the Midnight Riders who are fucking awesome. Listen to a lot of them. It was this whole thing. I started a countdown in my Instagram story to April 18th, which is the day it's the anniversary of his Midnight Ride. That after nobody gave a shit the first 4 or 5 days. I feel it was just another here we go. What's this going to be? Well,
because it starts off at 16 days, 15 days, and you're
yeah,
all right, there's plenty of time.
Yeah. And then you start to get the what is this? And I'm oh, you'll see. What is this? You'll see what is this? That happens a lot. And then you start getting, especially back then, it's oh, are you having a baby? Are you buying a house? Did you get a new job? Are you going on a vacation? People start guessing things. Well, not a single person, including Kelsey, knew what it was until it was day 15. There was 3 days left. And then Kelsey was you piece of shit. It's Paul Revere's Midnight Ride. And then the two of us laughed so hard. But even then, only two of us knew what it was.
Which makes it tons of fun.
Exactly. So we laughed so hard. And then eventually I announced it and everybody's you piece of shit. This is so stupid. Why do you do this? Just to make myself laugh. So then the following year happens. And I was I'm going to do it again.
I think we talked about this last year on the show.
We definitely did. So we did it. I did it again. And again, you start getting the same, oh, are you going to propose? Are you guys getting married? Are you having a baby? Are you guys buying a house? You get, all these massive life-changing moments. People start to guess. And then again, it was, nope, it's just fucking the anniversary of Paul Revere's Midnight Ride. And I get the same reactions, you piece of shit. No! I'm I laugh. Literally, it just supplies me with at least 1 to 17 chances to laugh a day for the beginning of April.
For sure.
So after last year, my friend Ev was dude, this is hilarious. But now that you've done this twice for something that nobody fucking cares about, you should do it, but have it lead up to a huge event. And I was oh, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I will. Cause I was I'm not committed to this thing. It just kind of happens.
You're just proving that countdowns work and people want something to get excited about.
Yeah.
And they want in on a secret that they're not in on.
Exactly. And it just allows me, it's become this thing where I'm okay, I know every single year there's people usually don't give a shit the first day, but usually there's about 15 really solid days in the month of April that I get to laugh every time I open Instagram because I have some random guest or somebody's what is this? This year was even funnier because in the month of April, I have proposed to my then girlfriend, now fiance, and I left technically 2 jobs and started a new job all in the course of this countdown, which made it way funnier to me because people are like, okay, you left one job. What are you doing? And everybody, because at first people were like, are you proposing? And I was like, you'll see. And then I proposed, but it was like day fucking 5 or something. Like it was so early on. They're like,
what's more important than this?
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, I left New Tradition. Oh, like, what are you taking on a bigger role with Wisterwares, or are you doing something else? And I was like, oh, like you'll see. And then like 2 days later, it was my last day at Wisterwares. And they're like, wait, what? So like, is it the new job? And I'm like, well, there's still like 8 days left on this. So no, like clearly it's not over. And then it kept going. And then people got mad. Like, they're like, what the fuck is this? Like, you've gotten engaged, you started or you left your job. Obviously you're starting a new job. And like, anytime people will like message me and like, oh, what are you doing for work? And I would just tell them, like, it was not a secret what I was doing. So then like the last 3 days of the countdown were probably the funniest because every single person, I'd post this thing and people are like, what the fuck is this? Are you pregnant? And I was like, no, like, you'll see. And they were just like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you'll see. And it sucked because like some like Rockwell killed me because he was like, what is this? And I was like, oh man, like I want to tell him.
Oh, but that's the whole point. Don't like, he appreciated it even too. He loves shit like that. Oh my God. Yeah. Matt Rockwell once called, do you know the people that make the Hot Point appliances? It's like Kenmore or something like that. No. He called customer service on his Hot Point fridge to complain that it says Hot Point and it's melting all of his butter. Like, That's he loves dumb jokes like this. So you I love him right to his wheelhouse.
Good. Okay. Cause there's like certain people that they'll only kind of like message me about stuff. Like if they have an actual, like a valid question, and he seems to be one of them, or he sends me things that like I genuinely enjoy. So I'm like, oh man, like I don't know Matt very well, but like, this is kind of hard. Like it's hard not to tell him what I'm doing.
Calm down, people.
Yeah. But also I'm like, it's way funnier if you don't know what it is. And then when you find out, the amount of messages I got yesterday after I announced what it was that were just, I hate you, is ridiculous. I got like from probably like 15 or 16. Like it was so many. I was dying.
I couldn't remember what it was, but I did remember that whatever you were counting down to didn't actually matter. That's what I remember. So I was just like, not worried about it, but Matt started texting me about it. And I'm like, Matt, I wish I could tell you. And then I texted you. I literally texted you about it. I said, yo, I don't really give a fuck. What is this thing that Matt's texting me? And you were like, you'll see. And then I took that picture and sent it back to Rockwell, showing him like, Ricky's not even telling me, man.
I'm not telling shit. So Kelsey, the funniest part about it was like day 3 this year, Kelsey texted me and she was just like, why do we always forget to set up like this huge event for that day? Like it clicked with her really, really, really quick. And then on the 18th, so yesterday, she texted me. The first thing I saw when I woke up was Kelsey, who texted to our group chat and said, happy holidays to you and yours. And I was so sick from my vaccine, but I was laughing so hard. It's like the funniest thing that's ever happened.
That's so good.
Yeah. And then I get a lot of, it was either like messages that were like, I hate you because it's just literally the stupidest thing of all time. Or it was messages that were like, this was incredible. You've had me thinking, like, so many people thought it was hilarious because it you kind of like psych yourself up for something big, which I don't know why that's a thing, but it just is, where people are like, what's it going to be? Like,
people want to get in on the secret. And then again,
so good.
The mystery, they start making their own realities.
So good. Yeah.
Social media marketing.
It's just how it's done, baby.
Well, while you were doing that, I filed my taxes. That was cool.
Heyo.
No, but really, I've been streaming with the Wootenanny boys. Like, those guys are still kicking ass on Twitch. People don't understand the Twitch platform, which I think is part of the barrier to entry.
Definitely.
People don't understand that you don't need an account to watch the stream. You can just go to twitch.tv/Wootenanny comedy. We're trying to show new ways. We're also putting it up on YouTube now. So when we stream on Twitch, we're streaming on YouTube.
You guys should do a video on your social handles explaining this in a very broken down way.
That's not like a bad call.
You know,
John, Brian, if you listen to this episode, make it happen.
That's what's up, guys. Also, feel free to I'll send you guys over my consulting fee.
My one sheet.
I'll send you guys over my one sheet of ideas. Imagine. Yeah, my idea is to make a video on how to explain this.
We hadn't thought of it, man. I mean, sometimes that's all it takes. That's
what I'm here for.
Professional.
You know? That's what's up. Yeah, true. I'm currently sitting at my work from home station, so I feel very much professional at the moment.
You have that not Stephen Colbert. You have that John Oliver talking from the void look about you.
Thank you. I know I haven't hung up any art in here, so it's all just fucking white. Well, the only art I have hung up are like the Bad Rabbits heads and like this Campari sign. I got to hang up stuff. I have stuff. It's a lot of it's framed too. It's just I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, you got other priorities.
So until then,
get married and shit.
Yeah.
We are planning some big stuff with the Woot Nanny guys. Can't talk about it yet, but we are planning some super, super cool stuff.
Is it a virtual reenactment of the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere?
How did you guess it? Ricky, you just spoiled the surprise for everybody.
That's what I'm here for.
12 hours of just me riding an elliptical, sweating buckets into a silver kettle, of course.
Oh, I mean, duh. Did you know that the city of Worcester was doing a celebration of Paul Revere last year? And I was actually, because of this ridiculous Paul Revere obsession, I was actually brought in to the official, like, it was like me. Well, okay, hold on. It was like Bill Wallace, because Bill knows everything and should be a part of everything.
Love Bill Wallace.
Lauren Morocco is the one who kind of brought me in because she worked for the Salisbury Cultural Association. Yeah. So it was like the head of the art museum, the head of the Salisbury Cultural District thing, the head of the Antiquarian Society, somebody from the city. There was all these people who had these official titles. And so Lauren's like, I need you to be there. And I was like, for what? Like, I'm literally just making fun of this whole thing. And she's like, no, this is funny. You need to be a part of this. So I showed up to the Antiquarian Society to this meeting, and I'm like, oh my, I had like a button down shirt on. I walk into this room. There's all these like older, successful people who talk way better than me and are, everybody's shirts are tucked in and they're all looking like real nice. They're all like professionals. At the time, I was just bartending, and this was a joke. So I sit down and I'm like, oh my God, like I do not belong in this room at all. I didn't even know Bill at the time. Like he sat across from me and like started cracking jokes and became best friends. But everybody went around the room to introduce themselves. And I was like, hi, I'm whatever, head of the Worcester Art Museum. And I'm like, oh my God. And like every single person's title got like bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it got to me and I was like, Ricky Nelson, Seltzer Time podcast. And then they were like, okay. Like you can just see the look on their faces like, what the fuck is that? And then we started talking about Paul Revere. And I was like, dude, we're going to do this Twitter thing where we're going to like show the ride. I had like all these crazy ass ideas, which were never going to happen for this. Like this was like a different thing, and I don't know if it ever actually happened.
I don't remember seeing anything.
I think COVID really fucked it up because it was a part of, so it would have been last April. So yeah, I'm pretty sure COVID squashed the entire thing, but it was like a whole thing. It was actually like, it was extremely interesting. Worcester has,
I remember you talking about it,
way more history than we talk about. It's not all smiley faces and fucking covered canals, kids.
Covered canals, kids. Some newer art that went up is our friend of the show, Mike D. Can I get a fuck you, Mike D? It's been a minute.
I love him so much.
Really do. And it was a wonderful excuse to hang out with him and work with him. But we took some plans from the artist Insane 51, who makes these giant 3D glasses to go with his two-toned artwork, which is on the side of the Hanover Theater, if anybody hasn't seen it. And Mike took the plans and made the whole thing out of steel. And now there's these like 70-pound, 4-foot wide 3D glasses that you can just walk up and look at the red channel and look at the blue channel and see the two images that are in the dual image mural.
So dope.
I got one of the silliest things is I've never written a press release, but we really needed to get a press release written. So I started it and I worked with Dan over at Redemption Rock and Lisa, who's our co-director, and some other people. But it was cool to see what started on, just my computer, go out and get picked up by media junkets and like news outlets and then get dispersed out. So I'm getting texts back from, again, people like Rockwell, like, yo, check this shit out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I wrote that. I helped in that.
Sick.
So, and I'm on Spectrum News tonight. We did a little interview this morning, Lisa and I, talking about the glasses.
That's very exciting.
That was cool. Local
Congratulations.
news.
Look at you.
News mogul. It's not like getting married or nothing, but
you already did that.
Yeah, I did. It was fun. Tonight I'm on the Effin' Rager show, which is on Twitch. A couple of comedians from Houston. I will be asking them about the news I just read today about a robot pizza delivery service that's coming to parts of Houston.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, right. They're doing delivery of robots through Domino's through one small section of Houston. And they brought me on because it's the 420 show. And I'm apparently a cannabis influencer now because I read a column for Pulse magazine.
Hey, that's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, but I've just kind of suckered them into this. They don't really know it. I'm just kidding.
Travis, the only thing I'm an influencer for is bubbly water and Paul Revere. Okay.
We all got to start somewhere.
Thing. Take the cannabis thing. At least that's cool.
Okay, Ricky. You're right.
Nothing that I like is cool at all. It is fucking seltzer water and Paul Revere. That's it. That's all I ever get questions about. And I only get Paul Revere questions during this fucking 2-week period in April.
And nobody knows that they're asking about Paul Revere.
No. Also, fun fact, I had never been to Paul Revere's house in Boston until 2019. Naomi took me there. We went out to Boston on her birthday. I don't know. Was it 2018? It might have been right when we started. I think it was. I think it was like right when we started dating. We started dating in April. Well, we started dating in May officially, but we started hanging out in April. I'm pretty sure that we went there. Yeah, I think it was that day. I'll find out. There's a picture somewhere.
And that's when you knew that she was the one.
That's when I knew. Well, it's funny because all this Paul Revere stuff started like right around the time that we were about to work this farmer's market together, but we weren't like on that level. So she was like, also, I'm so surprised she said yes to fucking marrying me. She was like, I remember she told me the other day, she's like, yeah, I remember when you first did that. And she's like, I wonder what this is going to be. Like, what is he? He's so mysterious. I'm not mysterious at all.
He's so mysterious.
It was so funny when she told me that. I was like, wow, you probably should have said no. Like, this is what you signed up for. Fucking the rest of your life of hearing about PR.
Ricky Mysterious Nelson.
That's me. That is me.
The last thing that I want to shout out before we move on to Stokes and Pokes is that my buddy Matt King Megatrip released his Tales to Enlighten on Kickstarter. And he released it asking for $4,000. And he raised $4,000 in like 10 hours.
That's
now
so
the dude
sick.
is up to like almost $20,000 with 2 weeks left to go. Like he is kicking ass. Lots of people are into this book. Super pumped for him. Like I'm so
sick.
Just proud to know him. And so really pumped to just see that come to fruition. Tales to
Hell yeah.
People are interested in grandson of the devil and his killer robot killing their way to enlightenment, and enlightenment is a dance club. Go check out this story. If you type in Tales to Enlighten Kickstarter on Google, you'll find it.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Anything else you want to cover in this week's episode, or do you want to kick it over to Rockwell?
Yeah, real quick. Shout out to our friends at Tree Tap who hooked us up with some CBD seltzers.
Yeah. Thanks, dudes.
Celebration of 420.
Yeah, happy 420
Shout out
to you.
Ranch Water. You can actually now get Ranch Water South Shore, Boston, and on Cape Cod.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, dude, the prickly pear. I'm not like hard seltzers I have like a yes and no relationship with hard seltzers.
Sure.
It's always like yes, I'll have one. And then if I don't like it, it's usually like, no, I'm good. But this prickly pear is always going to be yeah, dude, I'll definitely take another one because it is like the bubbly. What is this? White peach ginger bubbly this honestly might be my favorite seltzer I've ever had in my life. My second favorite might actually be the prickly pear from Ranch Water. It is so good. They also have like a spicy like habanero one. I think it's habanero. It's really spicy.
Ooh.
It's good. I think I wasn't expecting it to be as spicy as it is, but I'm really into it. Like it's a good one. And then they have the classic lime.
I don't know if I want my drinks to be spicy.
It kind of is like a weird, very bubbly Bloody Mary. It's kind of the way it tastes. I love Bloody Marys, but like, I don't know.
Sure.
I'm like kind of on the fence about how I feel about it. But dude, the prickly pear is unbelievable. I want like
pear.
It really does. So shout out all those guys. And then oh dude, I got my second vaccine shot on Saturday.
So shout out science.
Shout out science. I was sick as fuck. It's pretty bad. But it's pretty great.
So you're 2 days out now. How you feeling?
Oh, I feel totally fine. It literally was like I got it at 9:00 in the morning on Saturday. And then we went to New Tradition. Got picked up. Oh, I saw Mrs. Marconi. Shout out Mrs. Marconi. We got some ice cream. Julia
was so pumped that you finally made it out.
Yeah, she was so stoked. I got the cookies and milk ice cream.
What'd you think?
Pretty solid. I had some last night for the first time.
I would venture that helped you heal.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was really, really good.
What did you think of Dough Girl?
Dough Girl's great. I had a bagel this morning. We got the bagel. So we got a package of the bagels that have like all the seeds and stuff, like the new one from this week. It was really good. I wish that we got she had like a classic pack, which I think I always think that that's the best way to enter into something. That we I mean, it doesn't get more classic than classic, but it was really good. I'm very excited to get more bagels in the future.
I haven't had to try her stuff yet, but I keep seeing it popping up and around. She's another Food Hub member, so I definitely got to try her.
Robin is the greatest. No, I'm really excited. It was awesome. It was my first time ever at the Sprinkler Factory because every time.
First time ever?
Dude, every single time anything happens there.
Killing me, Smiles.
I was always working. Like everybody was like, well, let's Sprinkler Factory for the sick ass event. And I was like, cool, come to the dive after. I'll be working. And then the dive closed and not many things happened. And then the pandemic happened and here we are. But yeah, so I got to go. That was super cool. No, it was really nice to just see everybody. It was really, really, and then obviously the treats were delicious. And then I stopped at Target, picked up some sticky notes. Gotta stay organized, bro.
So you can make notes.
Gotta make notes. I got the craziest package of sticky notes. It's got little
craziest
ones, lined ones. Yeah, it's like 1 million. It's kind of
wild. They're scented?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. I thought they said orange and lime.
No, well, they're orange. Well, this one's orange.
Yeah,
There's pink and blue, all kinds of colors. Yeah, so I got those.
You're so grown
and then
up.
I really am. It's gross. Oh yeah, then I just came home and hung out. And then at 7:00 that night, I started to get chills and I was like, oh no. And then by 9, I literally could not move. I was so sick and so dead. I just laid on the couch and I was like, I honestly was surprised that it hit that hard. It was pretty fucking bad. We watched The Hot Chick with Rob Schneider. It's pretty funny, pretty bad, but also pretty funny. And then we watched Ted. You ever see Ted?
With that stuffed animal
bear? Yeah. So
it's kind of funny.
That's how I felt. I was like, oh, Ted's kind of funny. And Naomi was like, I fucking hate that movie. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm sick. Let's watch Ted. So also I knew she was about to fall asleep and I couldn't move and I was wide awake. So I was like, just put on something that you don't care about that I think is going to be kind of funny. And then maybe by the time it's over, I can figure out how to get off of this couch.
Or fall asleep because it's so boring.
Well, I had to pee so bad. I couldn't. If I slept on if I didn't have to pee that bad, I would have slept on the couch because I couldn't actually figure out how to make my body work to get off of the couch. It was it was so bad.
Damn, dude.
So bad. But I had to pee and I was like, dude, peeing on the couch is probably not a good idea. She just said yes to marrying me. Maybe not come out the gate doing this. So yeah, I made it happen.
How'd you avoid your Miles Davis moment?
Miles Davis. I I don't know. I don't really remember. I just
I was trying to be funny that it was. Doesn't matter.
Oh, it's beautiful. No, so yeah,
So
I was able
glad
to
you're
get
feeling better.
Dude, me too. Yesterday was like horrible too. Like I had like a huge fever on Saturday night. Like I got into bed and I was like, I genuinely don't feel good. Like I was so sick. So we like took my temperature. It was like 100 and I don't know what it was. Like 100.5 or something. Like I was hot.
Blooded, checking the scene. Sorry.
ZZ
Top. All day.
I know. Oh, I know. That's not ZZ Top. That's like Foreigner or something. You look it up. I'll finish this. Sunday morning, I woke up super sick, feeling like garbage again. We took my temperature again. It was like 100, but I still felt like absolute garbage all day. And then I laid on the couch.
You're absolutely right. It's Foreigner. What's the fuck?
Is it Foreigner? Yes,
you're absolutely right. I don't need no instructions
genius.
to know how to rock. What's wrong? You're so
I am
well done.
A genius.
Clearly.
That's what happened. You get a new job, you get a fiance, you know everything.
You get the COVID shot, you unlock
the COVID. That's what it is.
Unlimited knowledge.
Dude, people are like, oh my God, I'm going to get there's a chip in me. That chip just told me who sings that song. Give me another one. Give me another chip.
Give me another chip. I want a Dorito this time.
I want Pringles inserted into my bloodstream.
Or at least my oral. Oh, never mind. Hit us
with
something good.
My oral bloodstream.
Oral bloodstream. Hit us with something good, Rockwell. Stoking and a poking. All right. I'm going to start with my poke. Did you see anything about a company called Minor Figures on TikTok?
No.
Have you heard anything about this? Cool. So there's this company, Minor Figures. They are a British oat milk company. And apparently...
Oat milk?
Oat milk.
Okay.
They hired some local artists in Philadelphia to go out and put up some posters in a guerrilla marketing style way of just doing some wheat paste posters. They didn't, it's hard to tell as to whether they all agreed on the locations that they were going to go put these posters up, but whoever decided to put these posters up, put them over existing murals that were painted at the beginning of the pandemic, murals that were really appreciated by their community, and they covered these beautiful works of art with advertisement. In Philadelphia. The dumbest thing that you could have done, because Philly is pissed. And there is a lot of very talented street artists that call Philly home. One of my personal favorites is a powwow, somebody we brought here for Powwow Worcester is Kid Hazo. So all these street artists have now gone back and done over on top of these shitty posters. Kid Hazo made one. So the company's called Minor Figures. Kid Hazo did another one that says Major Failures, and their logo. And the whole thing is just the perfect embodiment as to why we shouldn't be covering up art with more advertising. Like the whole fucking point of art is that it saves us from advertising. We're getting sold literally everything. I said the words fucking EL fudge to my wife yesterday, and I watched a whole shitload of YouTube, and I've never got a Keebler Elf advertisement. But now that I've said it, they fucking showed me an advertisement, and I've said it 4 more times since. I'm pretty sure they're moving in, start making fucking cookies in this tree out front.
Send them over to me.
Okay, on it. But so long story short, the internet has gone, well, not the internet, but a bunch of art people have been super vocal about how shitty this is. Hopefully this sets a precedent where this is unacceptable behavior by these companies. And the company itself didn't really claim responsibility. They were all like, well, clearly we pissed some people off. Like, no, go fuck yourself. You know what you did. They won't say what other cities they've done this in. So they might have done this other places to other art. Fuck that. Protect your walls, protect your city's art, and get these goddamn companies out of here.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Can they just take the posters down?
So that's what they said, but you take wheat paste down and it's like peeling the label off or peeling a sticker off. It leaves
Okay, it's going to leave that. Yeah.
Or it's pulling paint with it. So a lot of people are pressuring them to like make a payment to Philadelphia local art scene so that people can repair these murals, but it doesn't look like it's coming.
That sucks.
So fuck that company. That's what I'm poking. Good for you, Philadelphia. You're not my stoke, but I am proud of you. I am stoked about a YouTuber named Mark Rober, who I brought up a couple weeks ago. Mark Rober is an engineer that used to work for NASA. He is known for making his scam box or his Porch Pirate box, where it's a glitter bomb that people mistake it for an Amazon package. He picks it up. It has 4 phones in it, goes off in their car, records their faces. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. He teamed up with a couple other creators and they were chasing down scammers all the way around the world. That's not what I'm talking about today. I'm stoked because Mark Rober put out a video this past week telling the truth about his son. See, I'm even getting myself a little, because it's equally parts special as it is shitty that he recorded this bit 2 years ago, introducing the world to his autistic son. And this is a creator that has featured his nieces and nephews in his content a whole bunch, but never his son. And he never was really open about it. He talked about how he had a family, but he didn't really put it out there. And he explains in his video, and it completely understands why, that he was afraid of the internet, because the internet's a fucking shitty place and there's awful people out there. But he put out this wonderful video just introducing the world to his son, talking about autism, talking about just normalizing the conversation about who these people are, what they're capable of, what they aren't capable of, how to talk to them, how to interact with them. It was like really, really special. And now he's working with Jimmy Kimmel and like all these other celebrities, Jack Black, all the fucking tons of celebrities for this stream that's going to go up April 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called Color the Spectrum, because his son colors, like his favorite thing to do is to color these big, beautiful blocks, which I've now decided that I really, really want one. Because he sends them out to everybody. So I don't know if I could send a piece of mail just being like, I think you're awesome. But anyway, neither here nor there. I love it. And I didn't realize that I could like this creator as much more than I already do.
Yeah.
For him to pull back the curtain to really talk about something personal. I don't really talk about it. There are some people with special needs connected to my family. And I know how much struggle the people that I know that work with them have to go through. So to be willing to own this, to show people and to continue moving this conversation forward is equally as important as it is special. And
totally.
I love it. I absolutely fucking love it. I think the world needs more of this type of energy. And I hope people can check it out. Color the Spectrum, April 30th. Mark Rober.
Hell yeah.
That's what I got for people. What do you got?
Damn it. Yours are fuck. You're good.
I've had 2 weeks to research.
Yeah, so often I guess like most of this episode is about all my stokes, but either way, those are nice.
Well, thank you.
All right. I'm gonna start with my stoke because I don't think that what is my poke should go anywhere near what you just said. My stoke is the Red Sox and the Bruins are actually really fucking fun to watch for the first time in a really long time. The Bruins are always fun for me, but they're fun in a different way now. They made some trades at the trade deadline just before it, which I'm pretty sure they made those trades the night before because they knew that I was starting my new job on like last Monday, which was the deadline.
Of course.
And they were like, fuck, like this kid needs to be able to focus. He needs to be paying attention to what's going on. There's going to be a lot of information thrown at him. He isn't really going to have the time to just be, aimlessly scrolling through Twitter and like, oh, there's a rumor and like starts texting Joey. Like, no, he doesn't have time for this. Like, it's not going to work that way.
He's got priorities now. We got to get ahead of this.
Exactly. So they were like, let's bang these trades out literally right now. That way he has tomorrow where he's good. So Sunday night, the Bruins lost on Sunday, like last Sunday, like it was like 8-1 or something. They got fucking killed. But after the game, they made a trade for Mike Riley, who's a really, 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 really solid defenseman from Ottawa. And they only gave up a 3rd round pick, which was a fucking steal. The dude is wildly underrated. And I was like, dude, hell yeah. Like, that's what they needed. They really needed to shore up their defense. That's awesome. Maybe tomorrow they'll bring in a winger. I like this move. They did the right thing. I feel really good about it. So I'm like in here, I'm like kind of getting my shit together. The computer's set up. I'm like kind of, just trying to like, I'm logging into some things and kind of get myself ready and like organized to start work the next morning. And I check Twitter and I see that Curtis Lazar, Curtis? I forget his first name. I know his last name is Lazar. There's all these rumors of him getting traded to the Bruins from Buffalo. And every single tweet is like, hearing Lazar to the Bruins sounds like it's part of something bigger. We'll let you know. And I was like, Taylor Hall, baby, let's fucking go. I had talked myself into agreeing that whatever they trade for this package is going to be fine. I can't get too mad. I need to just accept it. They're going out. They're getting what I wanted them to get. They've already got a really solid defenseman. Like, unless they do the dumbest thing ever, I'm going to get over it. I know it's going to be too much. I just know that. I'm not lucky enough for it to make sense. But I fucking am. Because, again, this might even be, honestly, it could be Don Sweeney's personal engagement gift to me and Naomi, even though Naomi has no fucking clue. I've explained this to her, and she genuinely was like, I don't care. Like, I was like, you don't understand. Blah, blah. They made the deal at like 12:30 on Sunday night for Lazar and Hall, and all they gave up was Anders Bjork, who I do like, but he just wasn't working here, and a second round pick. Nothing. That's dick. To get the players that they got for that is unbelievable. So I was able to go to bed on a very high note. I wasn't nervous. I was excited. And all they've done is fucking play really well since they made this trade. They've all got, they're all scoring. They're all making moves. It's very exciting. The Red Sox are like a top 3 team in baseball, which not a single person in the world expected. They were not supposed to be very good. They're going to be fun because like they made moves. I have this thing where like I really like, I'm an old school baseball fan in terms of like the players you bring in and like how I think the game should be played. But I'm new school in the way where like I think they all should have Instagrams and Twitters and personality and go fucking crazy. This team is kind of like right there. They're all pretty good at social, but which has nothing to do with they're on the field. But they're on the field is very like they're just ball players. Nobody's amazing. Everybody's good.
Sure.
It's been so much fucking fun. They've been playing a lot of day games, which is weird, but I've been listening to them like during the day. And I just genuinely really enjoy watching this team play baseball. They're going to win the World Series. I'm calling it now. I called it in 2013 because I felt the exact same way and I was right. I'm calling it right now. The Boston Red Sox will win the World Series this year. I also publicly called it on Facebook like 2 months ago. The Bruins are winning the Stanley Cup.
It's going to be a big.
They're winning the Stanley Cup. I know they're winning the Stanley Cup. I'm okay with letting you guys know this early. It's fine. It's not a secret I'm going to hold on to like the engagement. I'm letting you guys know right now, this is what's going to happen. Suck it.
Are you going to buy your ring now or are you going to wait for that?
I'll wait for that officially to happen before, but then I'll get it.
Well, because they're going to mail you one at that point.
They better. I mean, I'm calling it now. Like, what the fuck? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, so those are my stoke. My poke. There's been a mass shooting like every fucking day, which is ridiculous.
3 within 24 hours over the weekend.
That's completely insane. And like, I'm not a gun guy. I'm pretty fucking open about that. But this is ridiculous. The fact that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine caused like 3 or 6 people to get blood clots out of like the millions of people who have had it, and they paused that. Yet every single day, anytime you watch the news, check Twitter, do anything, you're like, well, 37 people were shot because some white guy had a bad day. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
The thing about that blood clots too is that I was watching a thing on TikTok where a woman was like, you guys are talking about 1 in a million, where my birth control, which I'm fucking recommended, is 1 in 100,000. So those stats are looking good.
It's insanity.
It's fucking crazy.
Like nothing is being done about it. It's just, I don't know. It's like,
We're
is absolutely
desensitized
ridiculous.
to it. Where it happens 3 times in a day, and we're not all losing our goddamn collective minds.
Mm-hmm. It's insane. And it's like, everybody knows those people who are like very hardcore gun people. And I know this isn't fair to say for everybody, but I definitely know, or I definitely have a feeling that I know the people who are like, when they hear that there was a mass shooting, they probably look at each other and they're like, here we go again. Now they're going to try to take our guns. Like, they don't even care about the fact that like 7 people were just lit the fuck up and all these lives are ruined. They get annoyed that now, again, people are going to be like, we need to change the way that this country views guns. Like, it just needs to happen.
Jordan Klepper for The Daily Show did this awesome piece about how the narrative that only a good guy with a gun can stop a bad guy with a gun and how bullshit that is. And he did this beautiful piece years ago, but I just watched it recently. It's like a 4-minute YouTube video all about how bullshit this argument is and how
it's
statistically speaking, the people that stop mass shooter incidents are, I want to say it's like 80% or something like that, were unarmed people.
Yeah. Where the fuck are all these good guys with guns? There's fucking mass shootings every single day.
They're supposed to be on the police office, but we all know what's going on there.
Yeah, that's another nightmare that we get to look forward to this week. It's just like, it is absolutely exhausting. It's completely ridiculous.
Oh, pair that with the shit where the kid in Chicago got shot, like where there was not a fucking gun in his hand. It's this.
He's 13 years old.
This whole system is fucked. To look at and be proud of it is fucked.
Yeah, it's there's nothing to be proud of at all on that level. It's just, it is absolutely pathetic. It's disgusting.
Like Australia, it has way less gun violence for a goddamn reason, and ranks higher on their freedom scale, on the international freedom scale. So take that as what you want. Fucking murder.
Yeah, seriously. Like, yeah, but Second Amendment. So like, hundreds of years ago. Hey, guess who didn't have a gun with? Well, actually, I don't know. I wasn't there. But Paul Revere just rode a horse, baby. He was just letting you know what was happening. He wasn't shooting 2 bullets. He was just hanging lanterns, letting you know what was happening.
Hanging lanterns,
kid.
I like the Family Guy joke where it was really to write to bear arms, and it's everybody with like bear arms, like arms on a bear. That's awesome. Really what it was.
That's awesome.
Well, I agree with you, man. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to we got to start with some reform, but
we all know how to fix it. We just know that the people that are in charge genuinely do not care. They have been very open about the fact that they do not care. That's not even an opinion. That's a fucking fact. They genuinely do not care. They show us every single day by what they push forward.
Well, now's not the time to have this conversation. Now's the time for healing. We have no fucking time to heal because the next incident happens within 24 hours.
Seriously.
So we either got to make a change or fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, they never will. Oh, it sucks.
How to make a change. MJ, I miss you.
ZZ Top.
Oh, man, you got to get your chip checked.
Oh, yeah. It's starting to malfunction. It's malfunctioning.
Well, people, you've did it. You've made it through our first episode change of this new format, and we are super pumped that you were here with us. Let us know how you think of these new shows. Let us know, what you'd like to hear going forward. We're going to kind of keep these super casual, but we're always open to hear ideas.
Sure.
Hit us up at SeltzerTime.com. Find me at Instagram, TikTok, anywhere that's cool. Hunchback Travis.
You guys can find me at all the spots. DickChuck77. Oh, dude, that's another thing. I posted my Vax card and it said like Richard C. Nelson Jr. And I got messages from people that I've known for a very long time who were like, dude, your name's Richard? I was like, yeah, what the fuck did you think it was? Or there were people that I've known for a long time that were like, wow, seeing your name is a trip. But there were so many people who were like, I had no idea that it was Richard. It's like, yeah. Oh, and shout out Redemption Rock, because I didn't know that beer was named after me, but it was. Did we record since then?
I
don't know.
I think we put that in the last episode, but
did
just
we?
in case.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, either way, shout out Redemption Rock. Every week we should just shout them out. I love them. But yeah, so my name is Richard. So find me at DickChuck77 because that finally makes sense to people.
Richard Charles.
Ray Bork. The 77. And then
I thought you were your daddy.
What? And then 77. Ray Bork is my dad. No, I'm a junior, bro. Oh,
that's right. Dick Chuck is your dad.
Dick Chuck's my dad. And then Seltzer Time Official, which you probably know about if you're listening to this still at all, ever. But either way, we're everywhere. Check us out. Websites, buy merch. Oh, that's fucking cool.
Fanny packs? What? On Hustle and Work?
Whoa. Okay. That's sick.
What were you going to say?
Shout out to the girl. I want to say she works at Volturno. I don't really know. I may be mixing people up. Who came into New Tradition on like either my last day or my second to last day and was so excited about the Worcester Hollywood magnet. And I like blanked for a second. She's like, oh my God, like this is amazing. Where can I get one of these? And I was like, you can have it. And then she took it. And I told Naomi on Saturday, I was like, oh, because I kind of forgot about it. And I was like, yo, like the magnet's gone. This girl came in and was like obsessed with it. So I was like, oh, you take it. We have a fucking million of them. It didn't cross my mind to be like, you can buy shirts at Seltzer Official. She's like, did you send her the website? I'm like, fuck, no.
I just gave her something free and told her have a nice day.
Give her a free magnet that wasn't even officially mine, but whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Go buy shit to make up for me being a moron.
Love you guys. See you next
week. Bye, guys. Sorry for partying.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back, baby.